Get ready to learn how to bulk share all your items on Poshmark, whether you have 50 items or 1,000+ items. In this video, I'm gonna actually give you 2 ways that you can bulk share, and you can pick and choose what works best for you. Now, 3 years ago, I actually made a video on how to share on Poshmark for beginners. And this was when I first got on Poshmark and bulk sharing was not a thing. So you had to individually share each item. It was so time consuming and tedious, and quite frankly, I really hated it. But I knew how important sharing was. So I did give some valuable tips in that video, but now that it's been a few years and there have been some awesome updates and I've learned a lot about Poshmark, I wanted to give you an updated video. All right, so if you're not quite sure why sharing is so important, I'm going to show you exactly why right now. The way Poshmark works is when you search something, they show by just shared items. So let's say someone is looking for a quilted vest, and in the search, they just type in quilted vest and they search for it. Well, a lot of quilted vests are going to pop up from different brands all over the place. And let's just scroll down and see if we see our quilted vest. And from looking at this while I'm scrolling down, I'm not seeing it. As you can see, I've been scrolling for a little bit. I don't know how many items I've scrolled through, but let's see. Now, let's refresh the item in my closet. So we're going to go to my closet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to refresh, which means sharing, and you share it to your followers. Now that is just shared successfully. Let's refresh this page, and you can see that this was shared 9 seconds ago now. So let's go into search and type in the same thing, quilted vest. And let's scroll down the quilted vest, and there we go. You see how fast it got pushed down within 9 seconds, but it was actually there at the very top at one point. This one right here that was shared ended up being shared about 24 seconds ago. And now when I showed you, mine's probably been about a minute from sharing. And then we'll click on it. And now you can see about 47 seconds. So you can see how much competition there is just from sharing alone. And I didn't even use any specific words. I just used quilted vest. And you can see there's so many different brands and types of quilted vests out there that people are looking for. So this is why sharing is so important, because when you do search, it searches by just shared. Of course, someone can filter in and go in and search by just in, prices, recent price drops, likes, and relevance. But typically, people do stay when they search on the just shared option. So hence the reason I am showing you how to bulk share on Poshmark so your items can stay refreshed and up on the top of the feed, so when people search something, they have a better chance of finding it. All right, so let's show you the first way to bulk share on Poshmark. What you'll do is you will come to your home screen, and I prefer to use a desktop over a phone. Here you'll go to your little nifty tool on the right-hand side and hit share to followers. When you hit this page, you can see that there is the just shared option, so you can filter out which options you want to share. You can share by certain categories or brand or color. I personally like to just hit available items, because if all items are clicked, then that means it shares your not listed items as well as your sold items. And I would prefer just to push those down at the bottom and only have available items showing at the top. But this is up to you. So once you do that, then you'll hit select all. And once you do that, you just simply continue to scroll down the page. You can see everything is selected. And once you hit the end of the page, it will reload. So then you can continue to select all of the items in your closet. Now, if you have a lot of items, this will take a second to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I have about 720 items now and growing. When I first started on Poshmark, they did not have that bulk share option, so you individually had to share items. Now with this bulk share option, it makes life so much easier. So then once you hit share on this bulk share, You let it load, and it does take a second. It goes through and shares every single item. So then while all the items are sharing, I actually like to step away from the computer. You can choose what to do, and this gives you the freedom to share the items and know that it's going to get refreshed in the search when someone searches it, as well as not having you just sit there tediously hit share, 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 share. So let me show you the second way to bulk share items. Now, I just discovered this new nifty little tool called FLYP. It's 100% free, and I just started using it this year. Previously, I showed you in the first way to bulk share on Poshmark. That is how I was bulk sharing. And it was taking up a lot of time, especially as I started growing my closet. And this right here is a game changer. So if you're not quite sure what FLYP is, I did make a video on it breaking down all the features in it and how to use them, as well as how to set up your FLYP account. So if you're interested in that, go check out that video right here. Okay, so once you're logged in to FLYP, you'll come to the tab called Sharer. This has so many awesome features within it. And like I said, I do go over all that within the other video, but here we are going over just sharing. So what you'll do is you can come here and hit schedule timing and set up exactly a scheduled timing you'd like to share your closet. You can do continuous sharing, or you could just do it just for once. I personally found continuous works really well. Now, I like to do about 6 shares a day, and I did this because based on the amount of items I have in my closet. If you only have 200 items, you can share it way more. But Poshmark does have a limit on sharing. I can't remember the exact number. I think it's between 6,000 and 10,000. In your activity log, it will show you if you've reached your limit on shares. So I like to hit, 6 times. And I like to wait 15 to 30 minutes when a share is done before it continuously shares again. So it's not just rapid fire. You could try doing it faster. That's completely up to you. I just like to keep it more of a steady pacing. Then I like to hit keep current order because I don't want to switch anything up. I don't want it to be randomized. And then I also hit slow share. So the fast share is 3 to 5 seconds. Slow share is 5 to 10 seconds. If you want, you could go to the fast share as well. I just personally, this is the setting that I leave it at, and you can find what works best for you. Once that is done, you simply just hit start. You can see at the bottom, it says sharing scheduled or in progress. And you want to make sure that your computer stays on, does not go into sleep mode. And then it also recommends leaving the app open. So I do leave my Poshmark app open up while it is sharing. So then what you can do is come over to the activity log, and then you can see here that it did start sharing when I clicked it, and it tells me exactly that it's continuous, that it's sharing all the items, exactly what I asked it to do. And you can see here when it does a share, it says shared successfully this listing. And it'll continue through your entire closet and repeat this process for you until you've reached your limit. So you can see today, I've already shared about 2,310 times using this FLYP tool. So if you're interested in using FLYP, it is 100% free. They do have an awesome referral program. So every time you refer a friend, you get $10, and you can do this as well when you sign up. So if you'd like to support this channel, use this referral link. You can type it in, or I left it below in the description for you. All right, so now that you learned 2 ways to bulk share on Poshmark and using FLYP, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which one is your favorite? Do you think it's awesome that you're allowed to do it on Poshmark? Or are you like, oh my gosh, FLYP is the way to go? Let me hear it below.